Hi, I am Lenin Vatsal Toppo. I have secured All India rank 381 in this year's UPSC Civil Services examination. I come from Ambikapur, Chhattisgarh. My key drivers for this preparation has always been my parents. Watching them work in multiple capacities with the government of Chhattisgarh, I realized the potential of civil services, the manner in which they can bring positive changes in the lives of many with their decision making. So it had always remained with me since my childhood, and that is why I chose civil services right after my graduation. The major challenges, I would say, which any candidate faces in this long journey is about the overcoming of self-doubts on a daily basis. And it is natural also, because given the amount of vacancies and number of candidates who take up the exam, self-doubts and self-beliefs can be shaken. But one needs to back up themselves. So my advice would be to believe in your capacities, that your best version is good enough to get you into the services. I was a part of Edukemy's two flagship programs, Geography MSP and Interview Guidance Program. Geography MSP program is taken by Shabir sir after preliminary exam, between the preliminary and main exam. And I felt it very useful because the approach of sir is that to develop an attitude towards any question, to write any questions, because whatever we have studied. On the second program, that is Interview Guidance Program, I felt it very useful because there were multiple sessions, pre-DAF session, post-DAF session with selected candidates and the senior officials also. It was very clear in the beginning itself that it will not be mock interviews, rather it will be interactive sessions. So what it essentially does is boost your confidence to be in a conversation with senior officials, senior bureaucrats. So it helped me immensely while communicating with bureaucrats in the actual interview. Yes, indeed, I felt it really helpful, the model answers which are given. I was enrolled in MSP program, and what it essentially does is it gives you the broad dimensions, the layout of an answer, diagrams which need to be used, or how you can even utilize the space when you don't even know much about any answer. So geography is a subject which sometimes requires memorization of standard things. So in that sense also, concepts of geomorphology, oceanography, the standard questions were written and which proved very useful while writing actual exam. Yes, these two magazines are very resourceful and very insightful while giving information to the candidates who are preparing for GS and geography optional, and diagrams for my answers, and it immensely helped me, and I incorporated them in my main answers, main examination answers as well. Yes, indeed, it was a very insightful approach to go with the online sessions, and since 2020 we are amidst pandemic, and personally it helped me a lot because I was in my hometown Ambikapur, which is a remote area, and the doubt sessions were also conducted online. So I feel that it will benefit a lot of people who are living in the remote areas, and there's no requirement of students to think of coming to Delhi just for taking the guidance or the mentorship. Edukemy was a part of my journey since the mains time. I was associated with Shabir sir since 2018, and when I came to know about his new endeavor, I was more than excited to join the team. I took up the MSP program of Edukemy for geography optional. It was a very helpful resource for me at such a crunch time, because the way in which sir delivers the lectures to actually internalize the concepts as well as to give the approach towards any questions which are always unexpected in the exam. So in that sense, mains was given a boost with this geography MSP program. I chose geography as an optional because I felt comfortable with the subject. I looked up the syllabus of mechanical engineering, and I felt that geography has more overlap or more convergence with other GS subjects as well. While if you prepare for other, separate your time for those subjects because they do not have any convergence with the subject. And when I came to know about sir's new venture, Edukemy, I enrolled in the programs I mentioned before, and I had this feeling of personal connect with the faculty of Edukemy, which the value systems Edukemy works upon to provide specific attention to every candidate. It was visible through Shabir sir, well worth trying. Yes, so for preliminary exams, my strategy was to extensively work upon the previous 25 years. So I attempted 25 years of question paper before actual examination, and I would extensively brainstorm on all the options. All the options has some kind of connection when the questions are framed the next year. I found this pattern that in a history question, if in the options there are 4 personalities given, I would jot down the main character, main traits of those personalities so as to better gauge the idea how the personality was, which helped me in solving other questions indirectly. I realized this that there are just 40 questions which you would be able to confidently mark in the examination with the confidence level up to 90%. Rest of the game lies upon the intelligent guessing. On CSAT, I made sure that I practice maths as well as the English comprehensions at least 1 hour every day. On the interview part, I made sure that I was confident enough to face the constitutional authorities who are taking up the interview, practice the questions, and also give sufficient mocks so as to eliminate the element of fear while talking to such senior members. So this was the overall broad contours of my preparation. Yeah, so I remember this thing I used to have on my study table whenever I used to get low and feel that it's not a cup of my tea. I had written this quote that howsoever bad the situation may be, remember that there is someone out there who is less privileged than you and working harder than you. So gear up and run today's lap. My advice would be to never let your self-doubts overcome your fears, because if you are persistent enough and you are self-accountable on a daily basis, I'm sure that you will be able to produce the best version out of yourself, and that best version will be sufficient for you to obtain the rank and obtain the services that you so desire. All the best to the future candidates.